Sir, you have no authority for what you're about to state because what you're about to state is incorrect. That's not the way it works. You don't get to make the rules.
I'm not.
I'm ordering a competency.
It's against my religion to adhere or to assimilate to any statutory.
As it stands right now, this proceeding is not on indigenous land.
Well, that's a matter of perspective, sir.
It is. And the only perspective that's going to matter on that is mine. Young man, you're going to figure out something. We're playing by my rules, not yours. So you do not say anything because you're going to figure that out real soon. I said you can.
All right, guys. Today we've got Judge Simpson going head-to-head with a classic sovereign citizen. This guy tries every trick in the sovereign playbook, but spoiler alert, it does not end well for him. He's grasping at straws, throwing out excuse after excuse to dodge responsibility, but Judge Simpson isn't buying any of it. Things escalate quickly and get very heated. As you're watching, let me know, do you think this guy genuinely believes what he's saying, or is he just putting on an act? Let's dive in and see how this wild encounter between the sovereign citizen and Judge Simpson all started.
I am Tariq Tariq Kade, the executor of the Tariq Tariq Kade Living Trust and the registered owner of the Tariq Tariq Kade Ex Relatione Kindaman Wilson Estate.
Right. So you are appearing here without an attorney. I do have to advise you that you are charged with the offense of fleeing and eluding in the third degree under the Motor Vehicle Code. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years incarceration and or $1,000 fine plus court costs. Additionally, the Secretary of State could suspend your driving privileges for up to a year. Do you understand that, sir?
I comprehend.
Do you understand?
I comprehend, yes.
The court has to further advise you that if you wish to be represented by counsel, the court would ensure that counsel would be appointed to represent you in this matter and that you would have counsel if you could not afford to hire counsel yourself. I also wish to advise you that the court would be treating you the same as it would the people in this case. There are certain dangers to representing yourself in this matter, in that you will be required to abide by the Michigan court rules, the Michigan rules of evidence, and all of the cases and statutory requirements. You understand that?
I do not.
You do not. What is it about that you do not understand?
It's against my religion to adhere or to assimilate to any statutory.
Sir, I'm not asking anything about your religion. It is irrelevant to me. I am indicating that in this proceeding, you will be required to abide by the rules of this court. Do you understand that?
I'm having a hard time understanding why or how religion doesn't play a role.
How what?
How religion does not play a role.
Religion does not play a role in what I do or what this court does. There are certain rules of this court established by the legislature and the Michigan Supreme Court regarding how these particular proceedings will be conducted. These proceedings will be conducted in accord with those rules. Do you understand that, sir?
Well, according to the American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, as well as the international or the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, the state and the government should.
Sir, you have no authority for what you're about.
This is exactly why I love Judge Simpson. He's a no-nonsense judge who doesn't entertain any of that sovereign citizen nonsense. Honestly, we need way more judges like him. I swear, half the judges I feature on this channel are way too soft on these people, and it's refreshing to see someone who actually holds them accountable. These sovereign citizens really think they can just talk their way out of anything. But you can literally see this guy has no clue what he's saying. He's just reciting some script in his head, grasping at straws, hoping to get the case dismissed. It's honestly wild how far some of them will go to avoid responsibility. It's like they've never even heard of the law. Honestly, I blame the schools. They don't teach basic civics or how the legal system actually works. And look, I get it, these people are mostly harmless. But still, the US legal system is based on facts, not whatever fantasy they're spewing about sovereign immunity or being free from authority. So here's my question. In today's world, should we start taking these sovereign citizens more seriously? Or just keep watching them for the entertainment value? Because at this point, it's starting to feel more like a circus than a courtroom. Let me know what you guys think.
Oh, I am an indigenous person.
No.
So I do have
Sir, what you're about to state is incorrect.
well,
If you were on indigenous lands, if that's where you're going, then maybe you might be right. As it stands right now, this proceeding is not on indigenous land.
well, that's a matter of perspective, sir.
It is, and the only perspective that's going to matter on that is mine. We are not on indigenous lands subject to indigenous or tribal rules.
Is
You
there a
are
law?
subject to the rules of the Michigan Supreme Court as they are promulgated, both in terms of procedure and evidence. Do you understand that that's what's happening, sir?
I do not.
What is it that you do not understand?
I don't understand.
Because I'm going to tell you something, sir. If you are unable to establish or understand what I'm saying, and go through this with you again, I have to assume that there may be some reason why you don't understand. This court will take precautions to protect your rights, and I will be sending you for a competency evaluation to make sure that you are competent to stand trial and to stand in these proceedings.
Well, I would agree to a competency if the prosecution as well as the court and the officers agree to take a competency.
That's not the way it works. You don't get to make the rules.
I'm not.
I'm ordering a competency.
I'm not making.
Defendant is ordered for a forensic evaluation. I will set a competency hearing in this matter for July 25th, 2024. At what time? At 9 a.m. Now, sir, I'm going to ask you this
Yes, sir.
because it's going to depend on where you may be staying for a period of time. If they send you information as to when you have your forensic interview,
Yes, sir.
are you going to cooperate and attend that interview?
Under threat, duress, and coercion. Yes.
Pardon?
Under threat, duress, and coercion. Yes.
No.
I can literally feel Judge Simpson about to erupt right now. I've seen him lose his patience before, and trust me, he is this close to slapping this guy with a contempt charge. You can see it in his eyes, he's doing everything he can to stay composed, but this sovereign citizen is really testing him. Seriously, this dude must have had paint for lunch or something, because I'm losing brain cells just listening to him talk. He is completely out of his depth, and you can tell the judge is just waiting for the right moment to bring down the hammer. If this guy doesn't watch his mouth soon, he's going to end up in a holding cell real fast. Let's dive back in and see just how much further he's willing to push his luck.
Voluntarily going to cooperate.
I say yes.
Pardon?
I mean, under it, yeah. I mean, is this what are, excuse me, what are you relaying to in regard? What are you insinuating in regards to where I will stay for a time?
I'm going to make sure that we are going to have our forensic interview done. I've ordered a forensic interview. I am asking you whether or not, when given notice of that interview, whether or not you are going to voluntarily cooperate in that interview.
I will take the interview.
Excuse me?
I will take the interview.
Anything from the people?
Would the court ask the people to prepare the order for the competency?
Yes, please prepare the order for that. Is that your address, sir?
Excuse me. That's correct.
All right. All right, very good.
And so I will send a copy to that address.
Very good. All right. This time then bond is continued.
Yes, sir. And I'm sorry, can I get that date again, please, sir? If I can put it in my calendar.
July 25th, you were supposed to, so I'm assuming you're waiving it. You were supposed to file your motion with.
I
the
did,
court.
I filed it.
When did you file it?
I brought it in today.
Do we have it?
I gave it, I mean, it was stamped and everything. I gave it to the reception.
Why didn't you file it before today?
Well, as I stated at the last hearing,
No, don't go through what you
a week.
stated at the last hearing.
Well, you
You
asked.
knew that, no, you knew it was supposed to be filed before the day. Young man, you're gonna
That's it.
figure out something. We're playing by my rules, not yours. So you know, do not say anything because you're gonna figure that out real soon. Do they have it?
I have not received a response yet.
Since I'm sending in for a competency, I can't hear that. I can't hear his motion in any event. So I won't hear his motion at this time. He'll have to refile it timely if he's determined to be competent. So I'll have his bond continue. He can go. What?
I didn't get the last part that you said. The bond continued and what?
I said you can go.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I actually posted the second half of this video a while back, so if you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check that out to see how this whole mess wraps up. But for real, if Judge Simpson gave me the death stare after asking half the stuff this guy did, I'd be shaking in my boots. My entire game plan for court would get reworked real fast. These sovereign citizens, though, man, they've got serious ego problems. I honestly think some of them know they're wrong, they just refuse to admit it. Sure, there are definitely a few who actually believe the nonsense they're spewing, but for others, like the guy we just watched, it feels like pure pride. They just can't back down, even when it's crystal clear they're completely out of line. And speaking of accountability, let's give Judge Simpson some serious credit. This man is doing exactly what the legal system is supposed to do, keeping people in check. Honestly, I wish more judges would follow his lead. Too many of them are way too soft, especially with sovereign citizens. We need more judges who are willing to drop the hammer and stop letting these people waste the court's time. I mean, just imagine if we could send all these folks to their own island, or at least somewhere they can't clog up the legal system anymore. The world would be a better place, I swear. But really, it all starts with the judges. We need them to step up and shut this nonsense down. Anyway, let me know what you thought about this whole hearing. This one was definitely entertaining, but honestly, the guy's argument was just more of the same, some vague religious reasoning and the usual sovereign citizen nonsense. At this point, we've seen it all, but somehow, they keep finding new ways to be ridiculous. If you liked the video, make sure to like and subscribe. I post every single day, so stay tuned for more. I appreciate all of you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.